Oracle, little research, 90% of consumers remember funny ads and 72% prefer humorous. Get those two together. Brands over competitors, yet humor in advertising's declined consistently since 2002. I mean, that's a big one. So when CMOs are starving for brand recall and competitive differentiation, I mean, what's driving this massive disconnect between what works and what agencies are actually delivering? Let's start there.
Yeah, I think the first part of that, and that first part of the question, since 2002, the other thing that's happened since 2002 is performance marketing and tracking everything in Excel spreadsheets. And so being able to run something and determine how many clicks that thing is actually getting, and how many people then turn that into a purchase. And so when you start to lean into that whole aspect of everything, you start to lose the emotional connection that brand building has done since the advent of brand building. But for us in modern advertising, since the 50s and 60s, you're losing that emotional connection.
Yeah. I mean, go ahead.
I was going to say the other part, the allure of clicks, tracking clicks, but the other part of it, another thing that was happening in the early 2000s was the whole purpose boom. And I think there's a hangover from that. And I think in the early 2000s and the 2010s, with brands having more transparency than ever before, everybody got sucked into this virtue signaling. Maybe it's not always virtue signaling, but virtue signaling in their marketing. And consumers just don't really care about that anymore. But I think some marketers think that they do. And I do think there's some table stakes you have to hit, but I think everybody's still caught up in the tracking clicks, and B, let's talk about what we believe in, because everybody cares about that, which, we don't have time in our lives for that.
Yeah. And I struggle with this because when I was at Adweek, purpose was something that I was really interested in even before that. It preceded even me being at the Drum. So I've seen there's this morphing from corporate social responsibility into something broader. You have the shareholders or owners or whomever, investors, squishing down on you. You have consumer sentiment squishing up on you. So I believe that there may have been an over revving. I think we all understand why, but I think that it becomes more of a reframing of what purpose can be and should be. And I don't know, because the whole thing is everyone's like, well, Patagonia and Ben & Jerry's is like, yeah, but that we need to get past that, right? Not every company is going to be that way. And if you try to emulate it, you're going to fail. I don't think there's anything wrong with it. I feel like that as long as you have your internal house in order, then you can articulate it, because a lot of it became super performative. And that's the part that I think is, so I think, Rob, to your point, I don't think I wouldn't say people don't care about it. I think they don't care about shitty representations of it, if that makes sense.